My girlfriend and I recently moved into a new house. It was honestly the home we had been dreaming of, the perfect fit for us. We have a cat named Bella, whom we rescued together, and everything felt perfect when we first moved in. The only downside at first was the house to our right. It looked abandoned. The owner had started renovations, but never finished. The layout was such that on our side, there's a path to the backyard, and next to it, the entrance to the abandoned house's backyard. There's no fence separating them. The owner had removed it, intending to replace it, but never did, leaving both yards open. Behind the abandoned house was another property with neighbors. Occasionally, we would see young men cutting through the abandoned yard to reach the street. On our first night, sitting in the backyard, we noticed a man staring blankly at us from a window. He wasn't hiding. The next few days were normal. One night, while we sat in the garden, we heard the wooden fence moving. 3 men appeared, staring at us. One offered us something from a bag. We declined, made a joke, and they left. They began entering our garden more often, acting in ways clearly meant to intimidate us. We were both 20s, so we assumed intimidation was the goal. One day, police came around the side of our house, lifted the fence, looked around, and left without saying anything. A few days later, the police explained that the house behind us was vacant. The men had been removed for antisocial behavior. One day, while I was in the bath, I heard a loud bang outside. My girlfriend was recording something from the spare bedroom window facing the empty garden. A man ran toward our house, tried the door handle, then returned to the empty yard, banging on windows. A few nights later, we heard whistling and tapping on our window at 2:16 a.m. Cameras didn't capture anything. When we returned from my mom's house, our Ring doorbell had been removed and the SD card taken. The harassment continued. Pointing, waving, shouting at our bedroom window, always blank stares. We got a notification at 2:52 a.m. 2 masked men came from the side of our house, shining flashlights into windows. One held a crowbar. For days, he stood across the street, pointing, waving, or shouting at our bedroom window. I'm not crazy. It started with faces that were just slightly off. 3 months ago, I left my ex Caleb, who was controlling and possessive. Strangers began repeating things Caleb said word for word in public, creating an overwhelming feeling of being watched. I realized these weren't random people. They were fed details from Caleb, using his words and patterns. I moved again, disappeared from social media, even dyed my hair, but still received messages and phrases in public. My family is homebody type, but we took a trip to Michigan's Great Lakes, staying in a large Airbnb on the beach. During the night, in the garage behind the main house, we heard loud crashes hitting the garage door at 3 a.m. A man stood behind the garage, not hiding, just staring, then vanished into thin air without leaving footprints.